I met a couple who had recently cloned their dog. The DNA or the nature might be the same, but the original dog had a completely different upbringing. If you could have the clone of a dog live the exact life that the original dog had, would the personality of the new dog match as well?
What does all of that have to do with the pilot thing?
The hope was that with enough time living the life Achilles did at his age, Zeus would basically become the same dog.
But they've already lived so much before this. What? This doesn't make any sense, dude.
On Zeus's daily walks, he'd smell the same thing Achilles did back in 2011. Period-appropriate cars and actors portraying tech moguls.
So sad about Steve Jobs.
Have you heard of his childhood friend, by the way?
I started to notice tension brewing in the fake relationships.
I told you not to leave your cups like this.
You need my help?
No, it's okay. I got it. Just enjoy the movie.
Just enjoy the movie, dude.
This is gonna be a regular thing? You coming home this late?
Don't start, Monique. I'm tired.
You're tired.
For the dog, this is just a soap opera.
I don't want to fight.
Neither.
It's hard to know what.
Guys, please, the dog is still in the room.
Because Achilles had lived with two cats, he would end up mimicking their behavior.
He would just run along the top of the couch like the cats would.
I didn't think it meant much, but then when I showed Monique, she got sort of emotional.
So it's almost like watching Achilles at home.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Guys, the dog's personality has not changed. He just learned new behavior.
I think part of the reason why I was banned was because in my bio, I had no T-girls. Because in my bio, like, I've been fooled multiple times by girls.
Multiple times! Does he have a face like someone who's into T-girls? That so many T-girls went after him?
Captain Sully asked his first officer if he had any ideas on how to solve the problem.
Got any ideas?
Actually, not.
The first officer didn't need to overrule the captain because Sully invited feedback at a critical moment.
But the co-pilot had no ideas anyway, so it didn't even change anything.
What you're about to witness is going to seem weird. But if a personality transfer can work on a dog...
There was no personality transfer, dude.
It could work on a human being.
He already fucked up right there. What baby can open a door?
Sully was born in 1951 in the small town of Denison, Texas.
Oh, a little boo-boo.
It was difficult at first to inhabit the mind of a baby. I tried not to think about the fact that I was a 41-year-old man.
Just drowning in milk. Fuck. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sully writes,
What is that thing?
Older brother. When I was 5 and Mary was 3, I thought it'd be fun to feed these tiny stones to my sister.
Ugh, what is that face?
We kept a lot to ourselves.
Why didn't they build a new door? Or were Sully's parents just the size of half a door?
when did you want to do the memorial? There are some things I want to say about Dad.
We don't need a memorial.
In his writings, he keeps using phrases like, I found ways to cope. The words cope and deal with actually show up over 15 times in his book without referring to a method of how.
15? That doesn't really sound much.
Pilots are intimidated to talk to anybody. If you put something on a medical application or if you talk to a doctor or the FAA finds out about things, they can just revoke your medical certificate. And as soon as your medical certificate is revoked, you are grounded.
Guess the FAA is afraid of pilots who might intentionally sink their flights, crash their planes.
The one band he mentions more than any other is Evanescence. The lyrics to their hit song, Bring Me to Life, was described by the songwriter as a cry for help.
montage of his life.
A 23-second stretch of silence where Sully doesn't say a word.
He sings the song in his head right now.
The chorus to Evanescence's Bring Me to Life just happens to be exactly 23 seconds long.
Of course.
Out of any group of real people we've reached out to, we had the highest response rate from professional pilots. They were less interested in talking about aviation and more about themselves. Many kept following up and wanted to talk again. I'm not sure what it means, but it's interesting.
It means that these people are not allowed to show any weakness at work because they're responsible for hundreds of lives every flight, and obviously their bosses don't want to risk putting a weak person in charge of those hundreds of people.